Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. So we're doing an account takeover today on Jay Wildebeest. Every 2 weeks on a Sunday, one of my Twitch subscribers gets a free account takeover. Jay Wildebeest won it last Sunday. He's getting the treatment this week. This could be anything from a whale account to a new starter account. It doesn't matter. We deal with what you've got. We work out a plan and we get into it. So Jay Wildebeest came to me and we was talking about this and he's like, well, the two areas really that I'd like to look at are my clan boss. So he's doing like a 2-key brutal, 4-key nightmare clan boss right now. And he said he'd love to improve on some of his dungeons. So if we have a bit of a look around the account, not his gem mind, not your gem mind, Jay. We are, 90 days in? We've got a great haul, which, like most people nowadays, is struggling. It's actually not bad for 90 days in, to be honest. Better than how my free-to-play is doing, but still brutal in terms of trying to progress on stuff like Nightmare Clan Boss, because this makes a massive, massive difference. Hopefully the changes they've just made in the game will help that. So let's have a look at champions, what we got going on. Actually got Sifi, which is kind of bonkers. What else have we got? We've got a Kreela, which is nice for Clan Boss. We've got actually good champions here for dungeon running. Seer, Kaimar. Yeah, we've got some good champions here. And in terms of Clan Boss, we've got a Man-Eater and a Painkeeper. So we could do like a low-level unkillable team potentially. With Frozen Banshee maybe. Or we could go for more like a standard unkillable team. So I'll have a look through and see what I think makes most sense. Let's just see if there's anyone hiding. Not immediately. Okay. So we've got Paidma for decreased attack. We've got Kreela for an ally attack. We don't have a counter unless I'm going blind here. Don't think we've got a counter attacker. So, but we do have a Cult Brawler as well. I do feel like budget unkillable is probably the way to go to get like a consistent amount of damage off. Albeit that's quite gear intensive. I don't know if we're going to have the gear on this account. But we can play around with that. And then let's have a quick look at what's going on here. So, yeah, so 8 million hit on, or nearly 9 million hit on Nightmare. So scraping 4 keys, maybe even 5 keys for Nightmare, which is needs a bit of work. Let's have a look at dungeons then. So this is the other area that he would like to improve on. The main two, I would say, for an account of this kind of level would be Dragon. So we need to get ourselves progressing in Dragon if we can. And Spider. Again, so they're going to be the two that I kind of highlight. Ice Golem, you know, you'd like to kind of push yourself up to at least 17. He's already at 17. And Fire Knights, again, you'd like to be battling with the big boys. Fire Knights is like the next go-to. Fire Knights is the dungeon which you do want to progress in, but it's just harder to do. So we will work on those teams. We've got plenty of silver to be spending. Few gems, he said, like crack on, basically said, treat it like it's your own account. You don't want to know what I do on my own account, Jay. Use gems, silver, etc. Actually, I just wanted to see what team he's running now for Clan Boss. So we've got Kale, Seeker. Weird team, actually. Ally Attack, Speed Champion, 2 Poisoners, and a drop decrease attack champion. It's a bit of a funky team. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. Just a bit of a weird team. But we can mess around with that. Let's just have a quick check and see how they are built. So the ones that are in those squads, are they actually well built? Good defense, really slow. Look at this slowness. Look at the accuracy as well. This is, unfortunately, not a good build. So if we go back to my kind of building mantra, it's accuracy, speed, defensive stats, damage. That's the 4 in order. Certainly for Clan Boss, it's even more important. Get the right accuracy up, then get to yourself to the right speed, then focus on staying alive. Once you can stay alive, try and do some damage. I do have a section in my Discord called Clan Boss Info where you can go and see what sort of levels of accuracy I think you need. And in fact, I can just pull it up quickly. I'll pull it up quickly so you guys can see it because it is actually a pretty, still really relevant. Just open that. Still really relevant unless you're doing unkillable. This isn't really an unkillable setup, but look what I recommend here. Clan boss speed 170, so you want to be over that if you can be. Accuracy 170 plus. Defense 3k plus for clan boss. So we're way short of the mark on this one. Let's check out Seeker. Good defense, good speed, good accuracy. He doesn't actually need accuracy for what he's doing in this team comp, but so he's actually, it's not a terrible build, but it's also not a good build. Frozen Banshee then, bit slow, good accuracy, pretty good defensive stats. This is not a bad build. Kale, no defense. He'll be dead so fast, it's insane. Accuracy's a bit low as well. And then who else were we running? Kreela. Kreela, a little bit low on defense, not too bad. Bit slow. Accuracy, I don't know if she needs accuracy, does she? No, she doesn't need accuracy. So, and she's got retaliation gear on. So she's probably, without being in lifesteal gear, again, she's probably going to die pretty quickly. No lifesteal gear here either. Probably going to die pretty quickly. So quite a lot to do actually to bring this team up to standard. Once we've done that, we'll then start getting into some dungeon running and seeing if we can make that work as well. Let's do it. Lots to do. All right, we've got first build done here. We've done Padma. Padma, I've moved into lifesteal gear. I've actually changed her masteries up so that she's got War Master. So we don't have a full set of masteries here, but it actually picked 2 more defensive masteries instead of taking the tier 6 first. Probably just because of the way masteries came in, but I've reset it so that we got War Master, which will make a massive, massive difference to her healing from lifesteal gear. So we've gone for defense on the ring, defense on the amulet, but with accuracy on it. We've gone for an accuracy banner with some speed on it. And then we've gone speed boots, defense chest, crit rate gloves. She's got to be at 100% crit to land her decrease attack. So she's at 98. It's close. It's not quite there, but that's good enough for this. 3.2k defense, 175 speed, 174 accuracy. So we got ourselves to the right accuracy level, the right speed, enough crit to do her move, and then we built a defense up. Her defense is also her damage. So all in all, that should be a solid build. We've got a 100% chance to land decrease attack with this move. So she's actually brilliant for decrease attack in Clan Boss. So she's done. Let's move on to the next one. So I'm just doing a bit of a gear cleanse here, and what I've noticed is there's a really quick thing you can do in terms of filters just to cleanse out some stuff which is just bad gear. So gloves, chest, and boots. If you click on flat stat attack, HP and defense, highlight those, you'll see here some shockers. This is the sort of gear that should never be rolled, basically. Flat stat gear. Maybe some of this was done early on, but I mean, resilience set is a new set, so the chances you're ever going to need this flat attack piece, even with these good substats, it's almost like you see it and you're like, yeah, godlike substats. But with this flat attack in the main stat for gloves, they're probably about as bad as they can get. Same with these, straight in the bin. We've got a lot of investment of silver here into a piece, which, quite frankly, I mean, maybe if you've got triple roll here, you might be keeping this, but basically, they're all gone. I'm going to keep that one. He seems quite invested in it, but really it should be gone straight out. Gone. Definitely gone. Like, what champion's going to need that? And again, I'm going to keep it because he's invested a bit of silver, but really it should just be straight away gone. Another thing you can do as well, if you're just kind of looking for, I'll keep it all up actually. If you're just looking for kind of fairly bad pieces within your gear sets, you can just pick on substat and you can pick 2 of the flat stats together and you look at it and you'd be like, well, I'm not going to invest silver in a piece that's got 2 of the worst substats together and then 1 okay substat on an okay to bad main stat. So that one's straight gone. And it's just a way really of filtering out quickly pieces which are just not going to make sense for you to roll. So I would do it on those 2. Then I would take away the attack and go on defense. And again, you'll find yourself some bad pieces. It's just a quicker way to try and use the filter tool to find bad gear. And if all of these have got, multiple bad substats and the main stat is not amazing, then pretty much it's going to go. So that's just a quick tip. I'm going to get into building Sifi. So Sifi looks like she's a brand new champion on this account. Lucky old boy. He's got himself a Sifi. She's going to come into the clan boss team because we don't have a counter attacker, and she is top draw everywhere in the game. Okay then, so we've got a Sifi build here. Sifi's a very easy champion to build. She doesn't need any form of accuracy to land any of her skills. She just needs speed. She needs high defense and then good defensive stats. So basically, I've just gone for defense, defense, defense. We've gone for speed on the boots. We've gone for defense and defense again. And then pretty much I'm just looking for speed and defense. So she's in lifesteal gear so that she can withstand clan boss. The same gear will do her through all of the dungeons as well. So she is good to go. High defense, she'll stay alive. She'll keep other people alive. She'll put increased defense on our team as well. She's just got so much going for her for this encounter. So she's coming in. I think Creela's going to be our next one that we build out because she is another one who is just great for clan boss. Yeah, let's do it. Okay then, we've got Creela built as well. So same sort of build here. Lifesteal set with set of speed. We've got up to 2.9k defense, 180 speed, 88 crit rate, 131 crit damage. She can do some work. She can do some damage. So we pushed the damage a little bit higher. I can just throw some glyphs onto this once we're done, once I see that everyone else is built. But she's going to be useful in dungeons as well. So we've got 2 now legendaries, which is going to be useful in dungeons as well as the clan boss. We've got our decreased attack. All we need to bring in now is our poison. I don't think we've really got a legit decreased defense champion. What I will suggest back to Jay is you can get your Grave Chill up. She will give you more poison and decreased defense. She's actually a really, really good champion to fill in alongside the Frozen Banshee. So we're just going to tweak Frozen Banshee's build a touch. There's not a lot that needs doing here. We'll probably just actually level out this, level out this. They're both good. This is good already. This could do with being defense percentage, but it's not terrible as it is. This is good. It's actually, all in all, this is a good build. There's probably not a lot to do with that at all. So I'm just going to level up these 2 pieces. She could do with maybe like another 10 speed or something, but it's not the end of the world. And then we're going to have one more champion come in. And I think that champion is going to have to be Kale, just for additional poison. Again, if a Cult Brawler was leveled, maybe I would use a Cult Brawler. But feels like for the War Master procs we're going to get to keep people alive, we'd be better off bringing in someone that's already got masteries and already a level 60. So let's do that now, and then we'll get into a clan boss fight. So yeah, we just managed to just find a couple of cool bits of gear actually. So we had a piece of gear that was a 60% defense pair of gloves in Relentless, but with good roll and speed, good roll and accuracy. I pushed this one up to a 60% HP instead of 40, which was already rolled out just on someone else. So all I've done is just optimize some of the gear pieces. I pulled her speed up a touch. I've pulled her defense. Defense was about the same. Our HP's come up a touch, and the accuracy is kind of still where it needs to be. So all in all, we've now got ourselves a good Frozen Banshee. Kale is last to go. So I'd say Kale's was the build that needed most work. We've got really, really low defense, low speed, not enough accuracy. I've taken a couple of bits off him, but even so, it was the kind of most dangerous build. So we're going to mix this up, make him last longer, get his poisons out. It's all about laying poisons and lasting a long time in clan boss, versus if you built him in the arena where he'd be all about damage, bursty damage. Very different build for clan boss. So we're going to build him out, and then we'll get into a clan boss fight. Okay guys, final build is done. Kale, now turned into a clan boss Kale. 3k odds, defense, 184 speed, 185 accuracy. See how these builds just follow the same patterns. If we need the accuracy, we build it over that 170. We try and get the speed over that 170. We get the defense up towards 3k. And that is clan boss building. That is what you do before Unkillable Teams came out. That is the way you build your clan boss. So we're going to go in. I think we'll start off and hit a brutal. I know a lot of people are probably going to say, oh, of course he can do more damage now. He's got Sifi. Even without Sifi, this team would rock way stronger than it was before. Like easily as well. Just the general builds will be way, way stronger. I could take Sifi out. Probably I would replace her maybe with Seeker. Maybe I'd keep the same type of lineup that he had before. I could take Sifi out, swap for Seeker or for Door Grab, and we would still do a ton more damage. So We could do this one, more accuracy in battles. I don't really want her taking the stun though. If we were tuning this like 100% to make sure Sifi always put up her block debuffs, then this would be fine. I've not done that. Maybe I should have done that. I've not done that. But let's just see what sort of damage we can kick out here. So we've got a lot of buffs coming in from our team. If we had a Sandlash in this team, Sandlash would be in the team instead of Kale in a second. Sandlash just extends all of these crazy amounts of buffs we've got going on. Look at this here. Buffs all over the place. Increase defense, increase attack, increase speed, block debuffs. It's out everywhere. Ally attacks coming in to drop more poisons out there. So considering we don't have a counter attack here, I think this team is actually going to be really strong. So this is brutal. I'm going to play it full auto all the way through and see. I know before we were like 2 in brutal, so can we at least kind of keep to that? Well, at least 1 tier. We should be 1 tier in brutal easily. And then we'll get into Nightmare Clan Boss as well. Okay, we're coming right to the end now. Sifi's just gone down, so that's pretty much the run over. There's just something kind of awesome about not always building an unkillable team. I don't know why. I find it way more interesting to build a team like this than I do to build an unkillable team. So we've hit 21.1 mil, which... we're just short of a 1T, actually. We're just under a 1T. We can absolutely get that to a 1T, though. We've literally just like a few more rolls of stats, we would get to a 1T there. So that's a shame. Let's see what we can do in Nightmare. So we know we were hitting like 9 mil. 9 mil on Nightmare. Does this same team comp give us... I don't know. So we were talking about like 4 to 5T before. Can we get it down to a definite... like 3 to 40, I guess. And I'll let it run through again, guys. I'll show you the results in a couple of minutes. So we're coming towards the end, guys. It is, I'll tell you what, it's so close again to a 2 key here. It's an easy 3 key, 17 mil so far. We've lost our decreased attack, so it's a definite game over. But, 17, 18 million on Nightmare Clan Boss. We're just like a few points of damage away from a 2 key. So really, really good growth, like doubled the damage we were doing before. Really happy with that. Really happy with that. So I think let's jump into some of the dungeons. I'm just going to, again, sort of check some builds like, yowza, where's the accuracy here? Man, that's like accuracy. I can't even like overstate how important accuracy is in this game. I feel like I say it tons of times, but it's massively important if you want to get any work done with champions that have got a skill which affects enemies. Anything which affects an enemy, debuffing them, stealing stuff from them, reducing their turn meter, anything which affects an enemy, you need accuracy to do it. Unless it says something like Sifi's very unique skill here, where it says, this debuff cannot be resisted. That's the only time you don't need accuracy. So let's get some dungeon teams running and let's see how far we can get. So some simple things that I'm doing here. I'm going to show you this build as I do it, I think, because it's really important to see how someone like a seer can be built. Now, I've just switched a ring into a defensive ring. Actually, I probably want HP more than anything. What you don't want is an attack ring on a seer. Seer's damage comes from removing buffs. It comes from having 100% crit rate, a reasonable amount of crit damage, like 150 to 200%, and having enough accuracy to remove those buffs. As long as someone puts decreased defense down before she does that move, she will hit hard. So don't come in here with attack rings. Ideally, come in with HP or defense, but ideally HP, because what she'll do is she'll rip off. This is better. This is good. She'll rip off all of the buffs. And you just don't want her to be targeted. If she's got HP here, she won't be targeted. So we want speed on the boots, ideally with some accuracy if we can get it. Speed with accuracy, someone like this. I don't want to steal from War Maiden, ideally. Something like this. Relentless Set would be really good for her. So speed with accuracy, yes please. We want not defense on the chest, we want HP on the chest. We want the mobs to not target her. And you do that from having HP percentage on your chest. So she does not become the juicy target. Speed, crit rate is quite good. We'll take that. HP in that relentless set. Might be able to get this to work. You're probably going to want crit rate on the gloves unless you've got a very good build. Crit rate on the gloves is fine. You don't need crit damage on the gloves. Generally, crit rate is fine. She doesn't need tons and tons of crit damage to do her job. So we've got none in the relentless set, so we're going to look elsewhere. I do need to pick her accuracy up, so I'm probably going to take one of these two. Accuracy, speed, both things we need. This created monster's got speed here. Probably going to need him anyway, so bam. I'm going to try and get a second piece of accuracy here in a minute. And we're going to go up the top here and just kind of see what we got. All I'm really looking for is I've got quite a bit of crit rate. I'm going to look for accuracy and speed together first in relentless, and let's just see what we got. So we've got some nice pieces here. Crit rate, accuracy, speed, all good. Take that for the weapon. And we've got shields here as well. Speed, accuracy. Oh, look at that. Speed, accuracy, crit rate, crit damage. Everything she wants all in one piece. So let's remove this one for now. Then I know what my gap is. I can roll this one up. I can roll this one up. And I'll do that, and then I'll find out the helm I need. So let's just roll those up, bring it back in. Okay, so what I've done is I've rolled those pieces up. We actually got like a godlike roll here on accuracy, 44, which is tons. We've got relentless set going already. So if we look at her build before that last piece goes on, I've got enough crit rate. I don't need any more. I've got enough accuracy. I don't need any more. I'd love a little bit more speed, but I don't need a ton more. So it's really just speed and crit damage. I've got enough health here. I don't care about attack. So speed and crit damage on this piece is all I'm looking for. My crit damage is a bit low, if I'm honest. Like, it's a bit lower than I'd like it to be, 120 odd. So if I can get a multiple roll crit damage here, that's what I would take. Multiple rolls, that's nice there. 19% would be helpful. Or I can try and roll one of these up, which has not been rolled at all yet. But ideally, we don't have like endless supply of silver here, so we're going to take this one, 19%, which now gives us 140, 100. She's not going to one-shot everyone, but she's still going to do a ton of damage on these waves. I need her to be slower than my buffers. So buffer there, buffer here. She's going to rip those buffs off. And I need a decreased defense champion, which looks like it's going to be War Maiden because we don't have any others. 189, 293. She's actually got a ton of accuracy there, more than she needs. It's probably an accuracy chest. She doesn't need that. What she needs is, again, more HP. It's funny, or defense, but it's funny how I guess builds evolve as you watch guides and stuff like that, but probably some of the information is just a little bit lost in translation. So, this 200 accuracy is enough. 189 speed, make sure she goes faster than my seer is enough. So I think we've probably got the bare bones of what I need here to make this work. I could use Kaimar as a reset tool. If anything, you kind of want Kaimar to be slower, but I think he's probably in the arena team as well, looking at that speed. So that's not a bad build. A little bit low on accuracy, but that's not too bad. He will need to be rebuilt for Spider. So let's just have a quick run on Dragon and see what happens here. Not arena. Quick run on Dragon. See how that kind of build and run works out. So we are going to be using, take those out for now. Sifi, yes. Seer, yes. Kreela. And then one more who's going to be our poisoner, really. I could use Kale. Kale to do a bit of work on the waves as well as doing poison for us. Oh no, I need War Maiden. War Maiden needs to come in for dropping that defense. Kaimar's not really needed here, but he does bring a little bit of poison on the boss. I could leave Kaimar out and actually bring in someone like Frozen Banshee that we've just built for poison for the dragon. So let's try this. And remember, all we're trying to do is advance ourselves to ideally stage 20. Like, we should be on stage 20 dragon if we're fighting against high level clan boss. So drop defense out, missed it on one. Slam. See that? That build for Seer as just one shot for, or anyone who had decreased defense was one shot. Like, she wasn't that strong. I'm sure you'd agree with me. That was not the strongest build you've ever seen in the world in terms of like crit damage and stuff. But the basics of a build were right. And if you get the basics right, you can get yourself through it. The hardest thing now is we've got to recycle back to our abilities. So we need people to stay alive for that time. So she's actually come back to a Karma burn before the buffs were on, before the drop defense was out. So it kind of fell out of sync a little bit. That's mainly because we're just a bit unlucky with timings. But we're still fine. We've got heals coming from Sifi, who is crazy good, guys. Let's not joke about it. But Kreela also crazy good. And this is probably the worst affinity for us for this team. If you look at it, we've got 2 people with the with weak affinity here. But we come through to the boss. Now it's just about really can Frozen Banshee get some of those poisons going. Decreased defense is on. Poison sensitivity is up. Warmaster procs are going to help us just kind of beat down this dragon. And then Frozen Banshee will just throw out some additional poisons here. Double poisons, that's good. And that's going to be dragon well and truly like beat up. Absolutely beaten up. So I'm going to run this through to... I'll see if I can get us up to stage 20 and see if that same team runs on 20 as well. So here we are. We're on 20. Cruise through 19, no problems. On 20. I think 20 is even easier because it's actually... We don't have any bad affinities on 20. So there we go. We'll literally just wipe that whole wave out with that Seer build. Like, even I'm surprised how much damage that Seer build is doing, guys. I know I got the right crit rate. But I honestly thought with my crit damage, I'd be a bit short. But I'm not. We're still doing a ton of work. So wave 2 is going to be difficult. They're going to get some attacks back at us. And that's probably the biggest challenge for this team. You know, maybe we could do with someone in a shield set. Sifi's going to be putting in a ton of work, like picking people up and stuff. I would say out of this whole lineup, if we did not have Sifi in the mix here, that miscreated monster coming in with stuns and big shields would help us, would help kind of do the job that we need to do. At the moment, we're just waiting for basically Karma Burn to come back online, which it should do in time. But yeah, I'd imagine a lot of people watching this are probably like, well, I don't have Sifi, and that's fair enough. There we go. Out she comes again. Just picks people up, But yeah, even if you didn't have a Sifi and you've got like a Reliquary Tender, she can actually do a similar type of job that Sifi's doing here, but put her in a shield set. Similar type of job in terms of picking people up when they go down, and just acting as a general support for your team. But this looks like it's going to be a home run. So we've gone from Dragon 17 to 20, just really with pretty much gearing a couple of champions for Clan Boss and getting Seer in the right sort of frame of mind to take this down. And by that, I mean enough accuracy. So we're going to finish this up here. We're going to go on to Spider next and see if I can get Spider working in the same sort of way. Okay, so we're just finishing off a few builds here. I have done a rebuild on Ultimate Gaelic. Look at these 2 new gear sets coming in. Perception is a great gear set. Accuracy plus speed on one set of gear is brilliant. It's top tier. So we've got his accuracy up to nearly 200. Speed's right up. His crit rate's higher. It could do with being actually more than that. It could do with being 100, but we are where we are. HP's up as well. So he should land his his HP burns, and he should land drop turn meter a bunch of the time, not all the time. We've got Seeker going before him, so I've sped Seeker up so that he's going to get his increased attack off before Ultimate Gaelic goes. We've got Miscreated Monster coming in for shields and stuns. So that's 3 of the crew. We're going to be bringing in Sifi as protection, and we're going to be bringing in... Maybe I'll leave Sifi out. I might just go double Cold Heart. But both Cold Hearts, what I wanted to show you here is, again, no accuracy in the build. No accuracy in the build means that doesn't matter how well you build them. No speed, no accuracy. They may as well be nobodies. They will not do any job like this. Doesn't matter how much attack you put on them, how much crit damage. They could have 5 million crit damage. It would do no good if you can't land any of your skills. Maybe 5 million would, but... so we're just going to change one of these up, make them strong, make them a better support kind of act, and then we'll get into the fight. Okay then, so final one done. You see what I've done is I've picked her speed up, I picked her accuracy up, we've still got the 70-odd% crit rate, still got good crit damage, and we've got enough health to stay alive. So we should have enough of a team to deal with Spider here, I think. Pretty much for all levels. So we've got stage 17, Void Affinity. Providing we've got the right team going on. Seer, not so good in Spider. Lure's actually quite good, but I've ripped a load of her gear off to put better people in the mix. Ultimate Gaelic's one of my favourites. It's not a good aura here either. I thought it might be. Ultimate Gaelic's one of my go-to champions for Spider. Just such a good champ, especially when paired with someone who does increased attack. So this is going to be the team. Sifi could come out for a number of different options, I guess, but she is so strong. Why wouldn't I use her? She's so strong, especially on an account takeover. So we should be full auto here. We should get increased attack up from our Seeker. He'll then do a bit of damage. He's also got a bit of turn meter drop in his A1. That's the way we built him up. Shields come out here. Burns go out there. And then basically the Spider is just going to burn to death. So the Spiderlings are after our Cold Heart. It's not ideal. I probably should have made sure that her health was actually lower than someone else's. But we do have a lot of protection here. So just swing around. We should get a Heart Seeker off in a second. There it is. Drops the turn meter back down again. Chance for them to then burn this Spider to death again. You see the Spiderlings are losing a lot of health. I don't have a lot of AoE damage in here. The more AoE damage you put in alongside this sort of comp, the worse you'll do, because you'll actually be killing the spiders with damage that you actually want to just kill with HP burn. So we're now just got to wait for basically those abilities to rotate again. In comes the big shields. I think we've got maybe one more turn on Ultimate Gaelic before he gets his burn back. There's a good chance there's going to be one reset here, because I don't think we've got quite enough turn meter control to keep it down for all the time. We might do, but I don't think we have. HP burn goes out again. So I think we're probably going to get a reset and actually waste that burn, yeah, which is not ideal. So I'll let this rotate round. It's a definite kill. I can't see there's a way we don't do this. And then I'll probably just run it through until stage maybe 19, and then I'll show you what we do with 19. So we're just going for the manual attempts on 19. That's what I normally do. I don't normally hit auto for 19. It's really hard, especially if you've got a lot of these magic affinity champs. What we're doing is we've got the HP burns out like normal. We're just hoping that we land a good amount of HP burns, really. We're trying to drop turn meter with abilities as often as we can. We've got resisted on that one. We should drop the Heart Seeker to at least get the turn meter down for now. And then we're trying to rotate back to Ultimate Gaelic's burn as fast as we can get there. That's our damage condition. Heart Seekers and the burn are the two things which are going to win this fight. Obviously rotate back to the big shields from Miscreated as quickly as we can as well. But we've already done a good amount of damage here. He's got 2 more turns to get that damage off. I start to thin out the waves now. We need to start to thin out the spiders before main spider gets his turn. Looks like he's going down in a minute. There he goes. Ultimate Gaelic's the next target. Miscreated monster's down as well. That's not ideal. Didn't really want to lose Miscreated there. Ultimate Gaelic is coming in. He needs another turn at least for his burn, which means he actually needs 2 because he can't cast his increased attack. So I guess I've got to pick up Seeker. Get his increased attack up so that Ultimate Gaelic gets his burn off. This is the type of stuff that you've got to do. And hope that we get that back in time before he dies. I think we will. There it is. HP burn goes out. His job's now done. Like, he's done as much as he can do. And now we're basically playing a game where we're trying to keep people alive whilst these burns do their damage. This is not clean. This is not a clean run. It's literally like, can I do it? I don't even care how it happens. I just need to do it and then move on with my life to Spider 20, where we actually do want to find an auto comp. So this is about me rotating moves as fast as I can. See, now I'm trying to get back to her resurrection as quickly as I can. I'm not going to AoE. I don't want these guys to take too much AoE damage. I want the burns to do the damage. Another one down. See if he's the next target. She's doing work. We're going to pick up Miscreated here and see if I can get a shield out. That's like my next hope, is that there's a shield that's going to come out, keep someone else alive for just a little while longer. Next hit comes in, that's fine. There's still a couple of burns out there. I think we're just about going to scrape this, but it's not pretty. Don't even care. I'm not proud. I just want to get it done. Get it done, move on to 20. For most people, this is going to be the hardest thing you try and do. Here we go. Heartseeker off. Bam. Spider 19 done. And then we'll get an auto comp running for 20. So, and pretty much this team is the auto comp anyway. But it's way easier for 20 now. So, guys, I'll let this one run through as well. But we have moved Clan Boss on from a 5-key Nightmare to a very close 2-key. We basically doubled the damage of Nightmare Clan Boss. Really close to 2-key there. We have moved Dragon on from stage 17 to stage 20 full auto. We've taken Spider on from 17 to 20, and I think this is going to be full auto as well. Another successful takeover, guys. It's been a while since I posted one. Hope you enjoyed the video. I've been Hell Hades. I'll catch you later.